Now, how many of you have run a business with a spreadsheet by hand like my dad did for his small printing business in Philadelphia? A lot less. Well, that's the way it was done for hundreds of years. I first learned to program back in 1966 when I was 15, just a couple months after this photo was taken. Few high schoolers had access to computers in those days, but through luck and an awful lot of perseverance, I was able to get computer time around the city. Most programmers in those days worked on mainframes building things like inventory systems and payroll systems and bill paying systems, but I had worked on interactive word processing and on-demand personal computation. Instead of thinking about paper printouts and punch cards, I imagined a magic blackboard that if you erased one number and wrote a new thing in, all of the other numbers would automatically change, like word processing with numbers. I imagined that my calculator had mouse hardware on the bottom of it and a head-up display like in a fighter plane. And I could type some numbers in and circle it and press the sum button, and right in the middle of a negotiation, I'd be able to get the answer. Now I just had to take my fantasy and turn it into a reality. So I decided to build a prototype. I went to a video terminal connected to Harvard's time-sharing system and got to work. One of the first problems that I ran into was, how do you represent values in formulas? Let me show you what I mean. I thought that you would point somewhere, type in some words, then type in somewhere else, put in some numbers and some more numbers, point where you want the answer, and then point to the first, press minus, point to the second, and get the result. The problem was, what should I put in the formula? It had to be something the computer knew what to put in, and if you looked at the formula, you needed to know where on the screen it referred to. Instead, why not, instead of allowing you to put values anywhere, I'll restrict you to a grid. Then when you pointed to a cell, the computer could put the row and column in as a name. And if I did it like a map and put ABC across the top and numbers along the side, if you saw B7 in a formula, you'd know exactly where it was on the screen. And if you had to type a formula in yourself, you'd know what to do. Restricting you to a grid helped solve my problem. It also opened up new capabilities, like the ability to have ranges of cells. But it wasn't too restrictive. You could still put any value, any formula, in any cell. And that's the way we do it to this day, almost 40 years later. My friend Bob and I decided that we were going to build this product together. I did more work figuring out exactly how the program was supposed to behave.